All right, so for these short answer problems, what we like to do a lot of times is look at chemistry through the eyes of particles. So here we have four beakers, four reaction vessels, and in them are the products of a chemical reaction. And we've got a couple different types of reactions: single replacement, double replacement, decomposition, and combination. So which beaker houses the products of which reactions? All right, so our first type of reaction we usually look at is synthesis. And when we do a synthesis or combination reaction, the product is one single product, and it's a compound because we typically take two or more elements, put it together, and form one compound. So if we look here, this picture is a good reflection of a synthesis reaction because we see just one compound repeated, of course, many molecules of that compound, but just one type of one type of particle. The next one we usually look at is decomposition, and when we have a reaction that is a decomposition reaction, things break down. The ones that we were looking at specifically, we had a binary compound, two elements, and it would break down. And so if we look over here at the first circle, that looks like the products of a decomposition reaction because we see single elements. Remember, in our world of particles, a single circle by itself reflects an element, whereas a circle stuck together represents a compound. So then we have the replacement reaction, single replacement and double replacement. Remember that a single replacement reaction, the products are an element and a compound. In fact, the reactants and the products are an element and a compound. And so we see here that we have element particles and compound particles. So we have element and a compound. And that leaves our last little picture to represent double replacement because we have two types of compounds, and that's what a double replacement has. We have compounds on both sides of the arrow. So that's a great example of a short answer question. Another example, I've got those pictures up at the top again. So we see the four reaction vessels that we just saw previously. At the bottom now I have different reactants. So the question is, which reactants are used to create those products? So in my first vessel, I have red dots and green dots. So I have two different elements. And that came from our decomposition reaction. And so our decomposition reaction means we start with this compound and it breaks apart into those reactants. The next reaction vessel we see here, that is our single replacement reaction. And there we see that the products are these blue circle dot thingies and some orange dots, and the orange dots being the element. So remember, to get this product we have to have a switcheroo of sorts. So it looks like to me that this element, let me change colors here, this element replaced this compound. So those two are the reactants. So you can see that the blue circle and orange dot, and then the blue dot. So the blue dot kicked the orange dot out. That's the better way of saying that. Our next reaction vessel has the green and red circles put together, forming a compound. And so it appears to me that we need to have the red circles and the green circles, the two different elements, coming together to make that. So trying not to get too crazy messy, but the green circles and the red circles are forming that product. And that leaves our last reaction vessel, the double replacement reaction, which again we need a double switcheroo. So we see a gray circle and pink dot with a blue circle and like a maroon dot. So we need to find the gray circle maroon dot, which is here, and the blue circle pink dot, which is here. So those are the reactants that created those products. I hope that helps, but you can kind of see that, we're just looking through the eyes of particles, and how can you figure out, looking at the products, which type of reaction was that? And then again, if I give you those products, which reactants came up and created those products? All right, good luck. See you tomorrow.